According to research, the #1 reason why people get tattoos is to remember their children or their parents. And in the USA, 70% of people have at least one tattoo, and 20% have more than 5. You may think that sometimes tattoos can be kind of boring and samey. I mean, how many times have you seen some random Chinese character on a girl's shoulder? But these tattoos really are one of the kind and have an amazing backstory. I'm Charlie and today we're going to look at amazing tattoos with hidden meanings behind them. Before we get into it, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too. Coming up first, we have heartbeats. Now, you may look at this tattoo and just see squiggles, but this tattoo actually has a really important hidden message. The girl who got this had a father who was ill when she was pretty young. She remembers the time he was in hospital and she was with him. Then, suddenly, he sadly passed away. You may not know this, but you can actually request for you to get a printout of the heart monitor if someone you know passes away. That's exactly what she did, and the doctors gave her a graph of her father's heartbeats. This was a treasured possession for her as her dad passed away when she was pretty young. So when she was old enough, she decided to make it more than just a piece of paper. She decided to get her father's last 3 heartbeats tattooed on her arm. This really is a very sad and touching tattoo. Next up is Backlight Cat. I'm sure as kids we all had pets, and the most popular pets are dogs and cats. One girl had a Cheshire cat when she was younger, but sadly, as pets do, eventually it passed away. So that's why she got this tattoo on her chest. Now you may think, is it just a scary looking set of eyes and a smile? Well no, this tattoo not only has a hidden meaning, it's also hidden from the public. If you shine a black light onto this tattoo, it becomes a full cat. In normal lighting, it's just the cat's face, but in a black light, it becomes the full body. This makes that tattoo all the more personal as only she can see it with a black light. And it really is a great way to remember a childhood pet. Next up is Birthmark. I'm sure all of us have birthmarks, whether they're small freckles or large markings. Some people get kind of embarrassed by their birthmarks for some reason. One girl was always teased at school as people said she had a birthmark on her leg that looked like a ghost. But she took this in her stride, and when she got old enough, she transformed her birthmark into a real ghost. This tattoo is super simple as most of the work is done by her body naturally. But as you can see, there's a face and a speech bubble that says boo. It's great that even though she was teased, she had an awesome sense of humor, and I have to say this is a pretty cool tattoo. Next up is lawnmower. Another thing people get self-conscious about is going bald. A lot of men and sometimes even women can start losing their hair and feel very self-conscious. To deal with this, some people get a hair transplant or a toupee. But instead, this man thought differently. He decided if you can't change your situation, change your attitude. He decided to get funny and creative and got this tattoo on his head. This tattoo is really bold, if you'll pardon the pun. He got a full color tattoo of a man mowing his hair. I have to say this is really funny and it's cool that he took going bald in his stride. Next up is SpongeBob. I'm sure we all loved watching the cartoon character SpongeBob SquarePants. And who can forget his best friend Patrick? Well, one day someone in real life's best friend actually passed away. He often saw the two of them as SpongeBob and Patrick because they were so close. And they were also big fans of the TV show and watched it together as kids. When their best friend passed away, they were crushed and wanted something to remember them by always. So that's why they got this awesome tattoo of SpongeBob and Patrick. Their arms are around each other and he got it as it resembles his friendship he had with his friend who passed away. If you've ever lost a best friend, you'll know it's absolutely terrible. But hopefully this SpongeBob tattoo can make sure this guy's friend is always in his mind. And if his friend is looking down on him from heaven, I'm sure this tattoo made him smile. Coming up next, we have I'm Fine. Sadly, lots of people nowadays are being diagnosed with depression. This was the case for a girl named Becca Miles. In 2015, she was diagnosed with depression. At first, it was a mild problem, but soon she could barely function. Becca decided to get some tattoos to try and help her through this difficult situation. As you can see, this tattoo on her legs reads, I'm fine. But when you read it from her perspective, it says, save me. Now, she got this tattoo for a good reason. Many people who are very depressed and sad actually don't say so. Instead, they say I'm fine, but really what they wish they could say is save me. Becca posted her new tattoos on Facebook and it went viral. Her post got around 500,000 likes and 50,000 comments. She says this tattoo is a great conversation starter and will get a lot of people aware about the problem of depression. It said that more than 300 million people worldwide have depression. And despite many myths, it occurs equally in men and women, so everyone is affected. So while Becca's tattoos may be very sad, they also show a great message and raise a lot of awareness. Next up is dad. If anyone's had a parent who's passed away, you'll know it's one of the worst things you can experience. One day, a woman's father passed away and she was crushed. She always treasured one old photo of him. In this image, he was wearing his trademark mustache and big glasses. So to commemorate her father, she decided to get a tattoo in 2016. As you can see, the very minimalist tattoo is of his glasses and mustache. She got this in a subtle place behind her ear. This means even if her dad isn't alive, he is always with her. She posted this tattoo to Reddit and it went viral, getting 50,000 upvotes. Not only is it a wonderful and very imaginative way to remember him by, it's a very tasteful and creative tattoo. And finally on the list we have Hart. Relationships can be tough, but what's even more tough is a long-distance relationship. You may only get to see each other a few times every year, and it can sometimes be tricky to maintain emotional closeness when you're not close physically. Well, that's why one couple in a long-distance relationship decided to get these secret tattoos. When they're just on their individual fingers, it looks like a semicircle. But when they're together and they hold their tattoos next to each other, it makes a heart. This heart forms when they're holding hands with each other, and it's really a nice thing to see. But now it's time to make your voice heard. Vote for the most amazing tattoo we covered on this list. In my opinion, it's the SpongeBob one, so that is sad but also very nice. If you want some more amazing videos, check out my second channel. There'll be a link to that on screen in a moment. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.